Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to extract vendor invoice details from PDFs to Google Sheets. So here, as a finance manager of a retail store, I am receiving multiple vendor invoices for the products or the raw materials which we are purchasing for our organization on regular basis. I want to create a systematic record of all the details from these invoices, such as the vendor's details, name, email address, their contact number, and all the products and the quantities which they have purchased in my Google Sheets. But creating this record manually is going to take a lot of time and it is a hectic task. Therefore, I have decided to automate it with the help of Pabbly Connect and my AI agent, that is OpenAI. So every time I'm going to receive a new invoice, I'm going to upload it in my Google Drive folder. Automatically then, with the help of AI agent, I'm going to extract out all the necessary details from that invoice and I'm going to add that automatically in the systematic format in my Google Sheets. Now, in order to automate this entire long process, we will have to build a connection between all these applications, and that we are going to do without any coding and programming skills, simply with the help of Pabbly Connect. For your business, if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step, for that you have to come towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video, we are going to learn step by step that how automatically we can extract out the details from invoices, from PDFs or images, and add the details systematically in our Google Sheets. So here, as a finance manager of a medium-sized retail store, I am receiving new invoices on regular basis from different vendors for the products or the raw materials we are purchasing from different vendors and suppliers. On the basis of the invoices, I want to create systematic records in Google Sheets, but manually adding each of the data such as the vendor's name, email address, their contact number, the date of invoice, and the products which are being purchased along with the quantities of each of them, MRP and the total amount is definitely a time-consuming and a hectic process which might lead to errors as well as inconsistency. Therefore, in order to maintain the systematic record on regular basis, I have decided to automate this entire process. How am I going to do that? With the help of Pabbly Connect. So here I am going to use AI agent to automatically extract out details from my invoices, and I'm going to automatically add them in my Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So as soon as I'm going to upload, so as soon as a new invoice will be received in our organization, it will be uploaded in Google Drive. As soon as a new file or a new image or PDF is going to be uploaded, as soon as a new file of invoice is going to be uploaded in a specific folder of my Google Drive, automatically with the help of AI agent, the details which are required such as the vendor's name, their email, contact number, other details are going to be extracted out from that invoice, and automatically they are going to add over, and automatically all the details will be added over here in the form of new rows and in these columns in my Google Sheets. Alright, now to automate this entire process, as we have to build the connection between our Google Drive where we are going to upload the invoices, our AI agent, so here as an AI agent I am using OpenAI and Google Sheets, and we are going to build this entire connection between all these applications without any coding and programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which helps us to automate all our daily repetitive tasks without the requirement of any coding and programming skills by simply connecting our work applications. So let's get started. We are on the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by typing this URL pabbly.com/connect/INR in our browser. After coming over here, we'll find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So in case if you are already an existing user, just click on sign in to log into your account. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button. It will help you to create a free new account just in 2 minutes. Also, when you will do that, you're going to receive 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automation. So now as an existing user, currently I'm going to click on sign in. This is all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. It has taken us towards a dashboard of Pabbly Connect. On this dashboard, we can find all the workflows which we have created. And to save these workflows, we can also create separate folders like this. Now, to create a new workflow, let's click on this create workflow option. Over here, a dialog box has appeared in front of us, which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So quickly, let me provide a name over here. Extract vendor invoice details from PDFs to Google Sheets. After giving the name to my workflow, I am going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So you can see I have list of folders over here. I'm going to create different kind of workflows for which I have created separate folders on my dashboard to save them separately and according to the requirements in order to organize my dashboard. So here I'm going to select the specific folder that I have created for all the automations that are related to AI, and because this automation is going to be based on AI, so I have selected that same folder. And I'm going to click on create. In the similar manner, you can also create separate folders for different kind of workflows on your dashboard to make your dashboard organized. And whenever you will require a specific kind of workflow, you can just open the required folder and select that workflow from there. Alright, now as we move forward, we are on a new screen which contains a blank workflow. So basically we have to fill up this blank workflow to complete our automation. And over here on this blank workflow, we have two extremely important windows. We have trigger and action over here. So trigger and actions are the two main concepts, the principles, or we can say these are the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is a response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now, let's suppose here I want that every time I'm going to receive a new invoice and that invoice is going to be uploaded in my Google Drive folder, then automatically with the help of AI agent, the details which I want should be extracted out from that invoice and should be added in my Google Sheets automatically. For that, here I'm going to take Google Drive and trigger, OpenAI, that is my AI agent, in my action step, and Google Sheets as well in my action step. When we are going to set up the connection between these applications, then we will see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when a new invoice is going to be uploaded in our Google Drive folder, then only the details from that file, that invoice, is going to be extracted out and will be added in our Google Sheets, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger and actions, let's start creating this automation step by step. To start with the process, first of all, we have to go towards our trigger step and we have to select a trigger application over here, by using which application you want to start your workflow. In my case, I'm going to upload all my invoices in a separate folder of Google Drive. So here Google Drive will be my trigger application, as whenever a new file will be uploaded in specific folder of Google Drive, I want my workflow should start. So here in that case, I'm going to select Google Drive as my trigger application. If you are using other drives such as Dropbox, you can also select that over here. Now let's select the trigger event. So on the happening of its specific event inside Google Drive, you want to capture the response and start your workflow every time. I want that when a new file is going to be uploaded in a specific folder of my Google Drive, then my workflow should start every time. So every time this is the folder which I have created for all the invoices with the name as new invoices. Whenever a new file is going to be uploaded in this folder, then my workflow is going to start. Alright, so for that, let's click on connect. Now, how we are going to build the connection between Google Drive and Pabbly Connect. For that, you can see I am already logged into my Google Drive account. To build this connection, you have to keep in mind that you are already logged into your Google Drive account before setting up this connection, because then the process of your connection is going to become simple and easier, and then only your account will be detected. Now here we have two options, add new connection and select existing connection. So in case if you already have an existing connection, you can just select that, but I'm going to show you how you can create a new connection. For that, we have to select add new connection and we have to click on this sign in with Google. As we have done that, you can see the account is already detected. So I'm going to select this account, and now Pabbly Connect is asking us for the permission to access our Google Drive account. And because our data is 100% safe with Pabbly Connect, fearlessly we can provide this permission by clicking on Allow button. As we have done that, the authorization has become successful and the connection between Google Drive and Pabbly Connect is built. So now let's move forward. Here we have to select the folder or the subfolder in which when the invoice or when the file is going to be uploaded, you want to capture the response. So here the name of my folder, as I told you, is new invoices, as you can see. So we have to select the folder. But instead of selecting the folder, here we need to enter the folder ID. So here I'm going to select my folder name as new invoices, and I have selected that. Now let's click on save and send test request button. But before moving forward, here I have to tell you one more thing, that here we have 10 minutes in front of Google Drive. So Google Drive is based on 10 minutes of polling time. What is polling time? Polling time is actually the time which Pabbly Connect is going to take for some applications in order to capture the response. As we have 10 minutes of polling time for Google Drive, every time a new invoice is going to be uploaded in our folder of Google Drive, instantly the response is not going to be captured. It is going to take 10 minutes to capture the new response. Therefore, currently when we are going to click on save and send test request button, we are going to receive the response of the last invoice or the latest invoice which we have added in our Google Drive, which is uploaded in our Google Drive folder. This is the invoice which was uploaded last in my Google Drive folder. So when I'm going to click on save and send test request button, I'm going to receive the response of that invoice only. I have received the response. As you can see in the response, we have received all the details. Let's start reading them one by one. First of all, here we have the web content link, by using which we are going to extract out the details. Then over here you can see we have the date and time at which we have last viewed this file. Then we have some other details. Now, as we have received the response, this means our connection between Google Drive and Pabbly Connect is built successfully. So now we are going to move forward towards extracting out the details from OpenAI. And here for that, we are going to build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. OpenAI is my AI agent which I am using to extract out the details from my invoices, but you can also use any other AI application, and you can select that specific application over here in your action step. So I am going to quickly select OpenAI and we will select the action event as well. What I want to perform, I want to extract out the details from PDF and image. So I'm going to select extract content from PDF or image as my action event. Now we have to build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. Again, to build the connection, you have to keep in mind that you are already logged into your OpenAI account or in your any other application which you're using for AI agent. You have to keep logged into that, and then you have to proceed to build the connection. So I've clicked on this connect button, and again we have two options to build the connection: add new connection and select existing connection. So in case if you already have an existing connection, you can just go with that. How to build a new connection with OpenAI? For that, we will select add new connection and we have to get the token. So how we are going to get this token? In order to get the token, you can just simply click on this hyperlink, which is going to redirect you towards the API key page of your OpenAI account. It will only redirect if you are already logged into your OpenAI, so keep in mind. Now, and from there you can generate a new token and paste over here. I already have an existing connection with my OpenAI account, which I'm going to select, and I'm going to click on save to build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. Let's move forward now. Over here we have to enter certain details to extract out the required content from our invoice. So first of all, we have to provide the image or the PDF URL. If you are having an image or you are having a PDF, both you can enter over here. How we are going to enter it? Already we have received the URL of our invoice in our earlier response from Google Drive. This is the web content link which we have to map it over here. Instead of entering this web content link manually by copy and pasting, we are going to insert it like this from the previous step. Why we have done that? To make it dynamic, because we want to automate the entire process. If we will enter the data manually over here by typing or by copy and pasting, it will become static, and then it is not going to replace every time, because we want that every time when a new invoice is going to be uploaded in our Google Drive folder, the response should be captured automatically, and automatically the details should be extracted out. For that, we need to change the URL again and again in this field. That we are not going to do manually every time. So with the help of mapping, we can make the data dynamic, and it is going to automatically replace with every new response. So every time we are going to receive a new invoice, automatically this image link or the PDF link from this field is going to replace. All right, now let's move forward. Here we have to provide the prompt. Prompt is very important step in every automation related to AI. Here we have to provide the command to our AI agent. In my case, I'm going to provide command to my OpenAI that what I actually wanted to do for me. For example, in my case, I want to extract out the required details from my document which I have inserted over here in the form of URLs. So the prompt will be, so I have given the prompt, I want to extract out the details from the given invoice, but I am not going to enter further details over here, such as what details I want, because if I'm going to enter the details over here and I'm going to click on save and send test request button, in my response, I'm going to receive the response in the paragraph format. That I do not want, because I want to create the record of the invoice digitally in systematic format in different columns of my Google Sheets and in separate rows. But if I'll get the details in the paragraph format, I will have to extract out once again each and every details from that paragraph and add them manually. That we are not going to do. We are going to automate the process, and we will do that with the help of this feature of our OpenAI, that is structured output. So with the help of this feature, we are going to get the response in a structured format, in JSON format, in separate fields. So we'll get the vendor name in different field, we'll get the details of the products in different fields and other details, and all the details in the systematic JSON format in different fields, so that directly we will be able to map them in our Google Sheets, and the record will be created in the separate columns like this in the structured format. Now, in order to get the structured output, we have to provide a JSON schema over here. So how we are going to get that JSON schema? For that, you have to open your notepad. And then you will start entering all the details which you want from your invoice. So here, first of all, from my invoice, I want the name of the vendor. So I'm going to enter vendor name. And the detail which I want is in the type of text. Okay, so vendor name is in text format. So therefore, I'm going to enter type of text. Then we have to provide the description as well, that what kind of detail we want. So here we are going to enter, give me the full name of the vendor, or if the name of the vendor is not given, then I want name of the supplier's company. This is the description. Then the next data which I want from my invoice is the email address of the supplier or the vendor. So I will enter email of vendor, and I'm going to enter the type of this email is text, and the description will be give me the email address of the vendor or the supplier. The next I want is the contact number of the vendor or the supplier. So I will enter contact number. This is the type of number. So I'm going to enter type of number. Then I will provide the description as give me the contact number of the supplier. Then the next I want is the invoice date. And here I'm going to, and this is the type of date. And I'm going to provide the format in which I want the date in the description. So I will enter, give me the date of the invoice in this format, date, month and year. In the similar manner, what all details I want from my invoice, I'm going to enter each of them like this. So here in my notepad, I have entered all the necessary details which I want, vendor name, email of vendor, contact number, date of invoice. Then I want product purchase. So here I'm going to take you towards my invoice. And you can see that in this invoice, we have multiple products, orange powder, walnuts, coin, rose water, glycerine. Each product has its quantity, MRP, and the total amount. Then we have the total final amount to be paid. So I want the details of all these products, and that is in the complex format. So therefore, I have given it in a single description like this: product purchase, type of text, give me the details of the products purchased with product name, quantity and MRP. So these three details I want in the same field, okay, from the response. Then finally I want total amount to be paid. So here type of number, it is in number format, give me the total amount to be paid. Again, we will simply copy the entire details which we require from the invoice like this, and I will take you back towards Pabbly Connect now. After coming back towards Pabbly Connect, here we have to enter the details in the schema format. How we are going to get that schema? For that, you have to come towards this important node given. To generate the structured output JSON, navigate to this hyperlink. Let's click on it, and it is going to take us towards structured output page of OpenAI platform. Now, after coming over here, we have to generate the schema in the JSON format. For that, let's click on this generate button, and whatever we have copied from our notepad, we will enter it like this over here in this field. Let's click on this create button. And now it is going to generate the JSON schema in the correct format for us. We just have to copy it. We will go back towards Pabbly Connect, and we just have to paste it over here like this. Now we have entered it. We just have to click on save and send test request button. But some of the details are in the complex format. As I've told you, we have in the invoice multiple products along with multiple quantities, discounts and amount. For each of them, we are going to receive the response, and that is going to be in complex format. How we are going to segregate them, how we are going to make it simple. For that, and we will turn this simple response button off, and we'll click on save and send test request button. So here we have received the response. In the response, we have received all the details. First of all, you can see that here we have the name of the company, or we can say vendor's name. We have their address. Then we have their phone number. We have their email address. We have the GST number, their company for which the bill is created. When we'll scroll down over here, we have the details of the item. So we have the details such as the name of the item, their quantity, their MRP and the amount. All these details in a single field in the complex format. We have received them in the array format. Okay, one by one now we are going to segregate them so that we can map them systematically. Now when we'll scroll down, we have other details as well, such as the total amount to be paid and other details. Once we have received this response, now we have to add the details in our Google Sheets. But as you know, we have received some of the details related to the product in complex format and array format, and in order to add them systematically in the form of new row, we have to get the details in simple format. To do that, we are going to transform that data into simple terms with the help of data transformer. So let's select data transformer as our action application. And in order to transform the data here, I'm going to use line itemizer. It is going to convert the line items JSON to comma separated text value. So we have received a response in array format. It is going to convert it into simple line format with the help of comma separated values. So we'll simply select it and we'll click on connect. Already it is an inbuilt feature of Pabbly, so the connection is built. Now it is asking us line items array, which is the data which you want to format from array format to simple terms. So this is the data of invoice items with all the details. We have mapped them, and now let's click on save and send test request button. And as we have done that, you can see that the response is captured. So we have serial numbers for each of the product. We have the name for each of the product. We have the HSN value. Then we have the quantity of each product. We have MRP of each product, and we have the amount of each product. Now, as we have received the response in the correct format, we will one by one add them in our Google Sheets. To do that, let's go towards our action step once again. We'll select another action step, and we are going to build the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. Let's select the action event. What I want, every time a new invoice is going to be captured, I want to record the details of that invoice in the systematic format in the form of new rows in my Google Sheets. For that, we will have to select the action event as add new row, and let's click on connect. To build the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, you can follow the same steps as I have shown you while connecting my Google Drive. So if you have to build a new connection, just select sign in with Google and select your account. I have already built a connection with my Google Sheets earlier, so I'm going to select my existing connection, and let's move forward quickly. So first of all, we have to select the spreadsheet name. You can have multiple spreadsheets inside your Google Sheets. You have to select a specific one in which you want to create the record. So the name of my spreadsheet is invoice details. Vendor name, then we have to select the sheet name, which is already selected as I only have one sheet. Then we have vendor name, email, contact number, invoice date, other details. So one by one we will map all these fields, because these fields are the same as we have the columns in our Google Sheets. When we will enter the values in these fields, the data will be systematically recorded, and with the help of mapping we are going to enter the data. So this means that now we do not have to do anything manually. Every time a new invoice will be uploaded in our Google Drive, automatically the details will be extracted out, and automatically the details in these fields are going to be mapped. So let's start with the name of the vendor. So here we have the name of the vendor as Sleek Bill. Then we have their email address. So let's map the email address. Then we have the contact number. Then we have the invoice date. In the correct format, we have received it as we have mentioned earlier. Then we have the products, and we have already segregated the product names. We have mapped them, and it is in the comma separated values. Then we have the quantities for each of them. We have the MRP, and then we have the total amount to be paid to this supplier. All right, now I've mapped them, so I'm going to click on save and send test request button. I require only these much details for my internal purposes, but according to your choice, according to your requirements related to your business, you can use as many fields, you can extract as many details which you want from your invoice. Now here we have received the response. It is saying that the table range is this is updated. I'm going to take you towards my Google Sheets, and over here we can see that yes, the details are systematically added over here. So here we have the vendor's name, we have the email, we have contact number, invoice date, products, quantity, MRP, and every other details, and the total as well. This means that now our workflow is systematically created, and we have set up our automation, which is now going to work every time a new file, a new invoice is going to be uploaded in the specific folder of Google Drive. Automatically the details from that invoice are going to be extracted out with the help of OpenAI, and then those details are going to be added automatically in our Google Sheets in the systematic format. I have just taken the example of some simple details, but in your case, if you want, you can extract as many details which you want and add the details systematically to your Google Sheets. So I hope this automation is clear to you. Also, it is helpful for your business. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such amazing applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any doubt, you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you want to ask about the pricing, you can visit this website given over here. Do not forget to share our videos, like our video, and also subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.